to the fact that a tornado may have actually hit downtown Atlanta and passed through. Here's what we know at this hour. The severe weather has apparently passed for the moment, but the damage, we are just beginning to be able to assess that. There are trees down. There is glass everywhere. You can see this is some of the debris actually outside the CNN Center in Atlanta. There is damage to the Georgia Dome, to the Omni Hotel. We're also told by eyewitnesses that there is damage to the World Congress Center. All of these buildings are basically in the same area across from Centennial Olympic Park, if you're familiar with the area. And that is where Don Lemon is standing by. Don, I think you're still in that Centennial Olympic Park area. And as I understand it, the Georgia Dome almost completely evacuated at this point. Have you come across anybody that was inside at that college basketball game when the storm hit?
You know what, all you have to look is right here. I mean, when was the last time you saw this? These are people who were leaving any one of those events tonight. All of them, these people are walking through debris of whatever it was, a tornado, straight line winds, or whatever it was that came through, walking through the debris of that. Look at that. This is a traffic light and someone's luggage, because it blew out of the window from the hotel upstairs. This is a traffic light that's, you know, nearly a half a block away. And you see the, check this out. All of this right here. This blowing right through the city of Atlanta. If you look over here, this is the Omni Hotel right in front of the CNN Center. These are people's rooms. The windows have been blown out and the curtains are hanging out. That's where that suitcase probably came from. If you pan down here, Mike, you can see the firefighters walking. And once you come down here, turn that way. That's Atlanta Fire Department on the scene here, as well as several thousand rescue workers. We're on Marietta, which is just on the other side of the CNN Center in that lobby. And you can see, look at all these people, Erica, coming from the event.
It's
where
amazing.
You're looking at now is Centennial Olympic Park.
And Don, of course, the question now, where do they go? Because the Omni Hotel has been evacuated. Can you tell me, is there any word at this hour where those people will be sent tonight? Well,
they're not here. Good question, because if you look this way, right in there, they're watching me on the monitor. Those are the people who should be upstairs as we see them bringing
and probably trying to get an answer themselves right now as to where they should go. I want to
let me tell you real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you real quick. So if you look inside of the lobby here, there's an exhibit hall on the other side of this lobby where most of the people who are at this hotel, the people who cannot walk around on the streets right now or maybe go out and try to find something to eat, they're inside of there. And they're out of their rooms, and the hotels are packed here this weekend, so who knows where these people are going to be able to go, because most of them are booked because of the events going on.
Absolutely, and in the area too where those folks were evacuated to, where there are those conference areas, is where the CNN.com newsroom is. I understand a fair amount of damage there. A computer, we're told, was actually sucked out of the CNN.com newsroom. Rob Marciano is upstairs in CNN Center at the Severe Weather Center. Rob, I just got a note, an email, that apparently our CNN colleagues are actually standing in water inside the building.
Yeah, there are spots where the water is pouring in here, not only in the atrium, but also right here in the CNN newsroom. We have turned off the lights just to the left of me, no more than 10 feet away, for fear of some electrical problems with the water pouring over the lighted grid that we have in the newsroom here. As you can imagine how things are lit. The good news here, as far as the weather is concerned, we do have one more batch of thunderstorms, a small batch that's about to roll through the ATL, but this does not seem to have the rotation that the storms had earlier tonight. If we could, I know we're looking at the damage, maybe we can do a split screen here to show you what the storms look like as they rolled through the Atlanta metropolitan area around 9:30 earlier tonight. And there was rotation with these storms as they rolled from the northwest corner of the state down to the southeast. If you could route switcher 170, that likely will show the radars that I'm talking about. Renegade storms, two of them, Erica, that just came out of nowhere, basically, the tail end of a shortwave that was moving across the Appalachia. This is outside. This is right outside of CNN Center and outside of Phillips Arena there. You can see people coming out of Phillips Arena. Chad Myers, I think we also have you with us, our severe weather expert. Chad, how common is it that you see a tornado roll through a major metropolitan city and cause this damage?
Well, we knew it was spinning when it came out of northwestern Georgia, and it rolled right through my town of Marietta. I've been trying to get to downtown. All the downtown exits are shut off. They will not allow anybody downtown. They're allowing people to get out of downtown. But as this storm was rolling through, it's just a matter of time. It's winning the lottery or losing the lottery. When you're flying in an airplane, look down to see how much land is not covered in the city, that's what gets hit usually, the outlying areas. But when the city gets hit, Rob mentioned this earlier, there's no such thing as an urban bubble that'll stop a tornado. When it wants it, it's going to come down to the ground, and I really do believe from watching the rotation on radar all night long that this really was.
There was just a loud boom, and then you felt a huge gust of wind all the way through the arena. Made my way outside shortly thereafter. Trees are uprooted, power lines are down, poles are down. Some permanent sign fixtures, large ones, probably 30, 40 feet high, are toppled over. I talked to a bus driver who said the bus in front of him was swaying back and forth and nearly tipped over. So it was pretty frightening moments there for a lot of people.
Now, when you talk about the basketball side of things, this gets really confusing because this is a tournament scenario. There's no room for extra days built in before Selection Sunday. Kentucky was supposed to play Georgia in the late game tonight. That was postponed. How are they going to handle it?
I talked to Mark Whitworth, the Associate Commissioner of the Southeastern Conference. He said they postponed tonight's game for the safety of the fans and the student athletes and coaches. He said the decision was made because of some incoming weather that hit the area shortly there, and also because they did a reassessment of the dome. So at this time, I'm not sure if there's actual structural damage. Before they sent Mississippi State and Alabama back onto the court, they assessed the dome and found that it was structurally sound, but I'm not sure what changed. When the storm first hit, guys, there were actually nuts and bolts flying from the top of the roof down to the playing court and into the stands. There were cameramen up on the catwalks above the playing court filming the game, and those things started swaying back and forth, so you can imagine how frightened that man was.
Did they evacuate the building?
No, they evacuated some of the upper deck where the hole was like in the north side of the dome, right by the roof line, and they evacuated the upper deck. And then when I was outside assessing the damage out there, they started motioning everybody to come back inside of the building because there was another strong system coming in.
Wow. All right, Mark, making history in the SEC tournament for all the wrong reasons. We appreciate you updating us. Careful.
Thanks.